What is up, everybody? You know what? Something I've learned here in my old age, in my early 60s, is you never say never. You know what? You just don't do that because just as soon as you do, things rotate around, the earth spins a certain way, the stars line up, and guess who's back on the microphones and on the cameras? Don and Mike. That's right. You see Don Savela joining me here on this July 16th, this Tuesday morning. Is we got some announcements. First of all, let me let Don talk a little bit. Sir, how you been doing? Life been treating you well out in Vegas?
Sure has been, Mike. It's amazing. Half the year's already passed, and we're coming up on these very historic outings, the Chicago feeder for the Randy, and then the Randy itself. It's going to come so quick. So I'll be seeing you down in Chicago in just over, a week and a half.
That's right. And this is the announcement that we're making. We've already talked to Rich Johnson and the Jim Worm and the folks with the Atlanta, the big event that happens here in Atlanta. We also just talked with the ladies, I'll call the boss ladies, who handle the Chicago Randy. They're excited for the Don and Mike show reunion. It's coming to the Chicago Randy, like you said, just a little over a week and a half. It'll be July 29th in the Itasca Country Club, where you and I will be doing the old banter back and forth and talking with people within the industry about the Chicago Randy feeder event. And then for 7 years, and actually, 6 years, you and I did, Don and Mike, at the Atlanta Randy. The year of 23 that it was exhibitor now, you even sat in on that one. So you never missed a year. It's just it wasn't the Don and Mike show version. This year we're going back to old school. We're going to come back and do the Don and Mike show reunion tour at the Chateau Elan. So it will be like old times. We'll be under the tent right there outside registration, and we will be talking with people and going back to the Don and Mike show reunion. Now, what happens after that, we'll see. Obviously, I'm doing trade shows on Hinge with Todd Nall. It's been a great start with that. But it's always been, Don, timing and opportunity. And that's kind of where we're at today. And I'm looking forward to that. What are your thoughts?
Looking forward to it as well. I was just out in Chicago this past weekend at a wedding and seeing some friends at a cottage in Indiana. Looking forward to going back for the Chicago Randy. Hey, is that Itasca Country Club the one and the same with the Seven Bridges, or is that the former place?
Seven Bridges was the former. It was south of Chicago, near Midway, actually, going out 55 out that way. This one is right next to O'Hare. So everybody will be flying into O'Hare and staying in that general vicinity. I got to book a hotel myself. And then, we got some sales calls coming up with that. And a lot of that's going on, as we know, with all these events. You always tie in business meetings with your clients. So we're all going to do the same thing. And we're really looking forward to that. So if you see Don Savela and myself, and we're at a table, we normally locate right in the entranceway of the, actually that was at Seven Bridges. So I'm not quite sure where you're going to see us at the Itasca Country Club, but we'll have a table there, microphone set up and ready to talk with folks about the Chicago Randy. And then, of course, like I said, Chateau Elan will be outside under the tent and praying for beautiful Chamber of Commerce style weather for that event. So we want you to take part in the reunion tour. And of course, we'll see what happens after that. Any final words, Don, before we wrap this up?
Sure. Remind everybody to bring an umbrella because it's going to be raining money. It's going to be raining donations.
Donations is what it's all about. And then there's a rule about that. I used to always say, if you've got an umbrella in the golf bag, it will never rain. But just as sure as you leave in the car, you're going to get poured on. Come by and check out the Don and Mike show, your reunion. It's coming up at Chicago Randy and the Atlanta Randy.